Hello, this is Pastor Kobe, and this is your Tuesday spiritual taco. When in time. In this particular text in Isaiah 60:22, we're seeing that there's some prophetic things being said by Isaiah to the people. But to hone in on this particular text, because I think it's important for us to kind of grasp a concept here. It says this: the little one shall become 1,000, and the small one a strong nation. I, the Lord, will hasten it in its time, which is Isaiah 60:22. And in some translations, it says in his time. And in our day and age where we're microwave society, we love to have things immediately. And it has to be now. We want to be able to get on the internet the moment we type in a website, it has to come up and on and on and on. We got tired of a convection oven and decided that making a miniature convection oven, which is an air fryer, would be great. And even with that, we have these things called life hacks to make things even easier for us. And it is in that vein that we also try to control what God does for us. Let me explain my thought here. That when we're talking about something great, as in the little will become 1,000, God is going to multiply, and the small will become a strong nation. And we're talking about things in your life where God will make the little things big, and God will then grow your family into this strong, righteous group. And we're talking about the things you prayed for. We have this idea that it's going to happen the moment that we wake up. But remember, God is the God of the promise, which means that God's going to tell you where the end is going to be, and he's going to walk you through every piece of that process. The work will be done by you and me. And that's the part I think we don't understand, that we'll say, well, God's going to take care of it 100%, but God's going to do that work through people, through you, through friends, through family. God operates in the realm, despite of our free will. God operates and his will comes to pass, but we have to be faithful and journey through and know that we're marching towards that point. So you have to begin to wake up. If you're praying for God to move you to a better position at your workplace, you got to wake up every morning and find hope in the fact that God's going to do it when you go back to that job for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even 10 years. It could take a day, it could be 10 years, but know that God will hasten it in its time. And the fact that God said that I'm hastening it, it should be a good indication that we need to stay in the will of God, because without God, it will take even longer. And that's the other side of the coin, that if we stay in the plan and the will of God, whatever it is that we pray for, God will speed it up, even though it doesn't feel like that to us. Outside of the will of God, it's going to take that much longer because we don't have the one that goes before us. We don't have that stronghold. We don't have that peace. We don't have the hope that what we prayed for, God is going to do, that the same God who split the Red Sea, the same God that rained food from manna from heaven, the same God that caused Israel after 400 years of captivity to enter into the wilderness, present them with the promised land. They were disobedient to God, and then he still gave them 40 years to get there, but they got there because God is the God of the journey, and he's there with you, and he'll hasten that thing if you're patient, if you're faithful, and you understand that this God is working things out where you are physically, spiritually, mentally mature enough to handle what comes with what he's hastened to you. Well, this is Pastor Kobe. This is your Tuesday Spiritual Taco, and I pray